So this is not the video we wanted to make today because we actually were quite impressed this morning.
Yeah.
And as you can see behind us, our truck is here. And then as you can also see, our fucking hood is open. So that is not a good thing. That is never a good thing when you get a truck back from service after a full transmission and torque converter replacement and fluid replacement. And then we have this.
So let's back it up a little bit. They decided to replace our transmission on Tuesday. They said it'll take 3 to 5 days to get the part in. Great. So we're waiting. Thursday afternoon, they're like, we got the part. We're going to start the work. It should take about 2 days to install, hopefully a little bit quicker.
Which they were on there. Yeah. About 2 days.
So Thursday afternoon, they started the install. Friday afternoon, right towards the end of closing, we get a message from our service advisor. Hey, he's almost done. He's going to take it on a final test drive in the morning. Should be good for you Saturday midday.
Yep.
Fantastic. We got a text message around 11 that our truck was done. Woohoo! We went, we got it, we took it for a test drive, and it started okay.
First, second, third gear, perfect, better than new. Fourth gear, oh, okay, I don't know, let's try that again, right? Back in, from third to fourth, okay, I feel that, but like, maybe that was just a bump in the road. Third to fourth again, okay, that's definitely, 4 to 5, buttery smooth. 5 to 6, you don't even notice it. I'm telling you, those were better. Then we go back down to fourth. Then we're coming to a slow stop, and we have the exhaust brake on, and I did factor for that a second and third and fourth time. We're grumbling like we used to, where it was basically, it's like teeth are just grinding, essentially what it is. And I think what they call that is like the torque converter is still shut off, or it's open, or something to that effect. One of the clutches are not engaging or disengaging when they need to.
Right.
I'm not a transmission technician. I don't know what I'm talking about, but right. I'm feeling that, and I'm like, that's disappointing. Okay, but we can get that resolved. As we're putting a few more miles on it, was what, a 20, 25 mile drive, around?
Not even, yeah. I think it was 8 miles each way.
Yeah, a couple startups here and there, right? It's getting worse. It's getting progressively worse. Now we're getting a bad shift 4 to 5. Then 5 to 4 was really loud and clunky. Like, it was loud. Yeah. And I'm like, whoop, okay, but like, if the rest of the gears are good, it doesn't feel like we're in any worse shape than we originally were.
Right.
And we go back and we're like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, we're not trying to be a pain, but the guy was funny. He was funny. He was funny about it. He's a good guy. And he's like, get the hell out. But he met us another appointment in about a month.
Right.
And we were totally cool with that because we were like, well, our truck is running better than it was, or third gear wasn't messing up on us.
Right, and there is like a computer learning, like a smart learner system in there. So maybe it was just that the truck had to relearn like the way we drive. So like we were trying to give it a little bit of grace here also. Yeah,
which is too much because it should never be clunky like it is. But I did factor that in. So we go over and I'm like, I'm a little frustrated. And I'm like, guys. I'm asking the questions. What can we do on this truck? What can we do on this truck, right? Because we don't want to upgrade, but what if we could get those numbers closer together? Now we're getting a better engine and transmission. That kind of matters to me. And I'm like, can we just get these numbers closer together? Because we're not gonna pay $25,000 to $30,000. That makes zero sense.
Right.
And I'm looking online at a nearby dealer. It's actually 2.5 hours away. Nearby dealership, and they're saying, yeah, we can do better than this, and we're waiting for a call back on that. But I was just curious, what are our options? Not that we want to, but it's like, what are our options?
Right.
Then, here's the part that got me, right, is you saw them as they pulled the truck around, because they actually they walked over here, grabbed the truck, drove it over there, and just because they want to evaluate it, just to get us and they're like, now it's like 48,000 is the most they can do on this, which is frustrating, but whatever. Kelly Blue
Book's 55.
55, yeah. Which, okay, whatever. If you can do more off your truck, that's fine. But they're talking like we can give you 10,000 off our truck. Doesn't matter.
They're trying. Like the gap was still like almost $30,000, which just does not make any sense.
No, it doesn't. No. And some of that is fees and bullshit. But like,
still doesn't make any sense.
At the end of the day, we got hard numbers, and the difference would be $30,386.76. Not acceptable for our needs, but that's okay because we already have this truck, right? And this truck can be fixed to new, and we just got a transmission and torque converter, right? Like this should all be good. But then what I noticed was they were slowly driving around, and I think he heard the exact same thing.
Wait, pause.
Well, that's the paperwork?
I want to read that.
Yes.
How that thing was.
But here's the thing. When we just got in the truck and we wanted to just run down to the gas station real quick, run it back, just make sure we're all good, what did we hear when we started up a second time?
a very, very bad grinding noise in first gear.
So when you let off the accelerator, first gear only is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
It is now whining, and then a little grind, and then it comes to a stop. So just to show you here, yeah, we got second gear. Let's see if we can hear any sound from my lead. Coming second, no whining whatsoever. Car pass, and we will go ahead and just decelerate here, let it hit first. And we're at 9 miles an hour. It's still in second gear. 5 miles an hour. Let's see. Yeah, so here's first. No whining, but watch this. So 8 miles an hour, first gear is what's selected there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just drop. There's the whine. Very strange. Out. No more whining. Okay. Now you expect there to be, you know, an upshift of the RPMs. What I am noticing is it's kind of snapped at 170, so that's not extraordinary. It never did that before. So I go in and I'm like, well, it could just have no, you know, extra friction. And here's the thing, you see the black brown stuff right there? That's not supposed to be there. It doesn't make any sense because it's only got less than 100 miles on it, on a brand new transmission. We'll go ahead and we take a look at that paperwork. What does it say? I do want to say that I understand that everybody's doing the best that they can. Like, I totally appreciate that. And I actually think they've been super cool with us. I gotta say, they're a business, right? They're not trying to give away a truck, right? Like, I understand that, but like, you know, I'm finding myself frustrated with this, especially after being a customer of theirs.
Right.
You know, maybe it's just the situation, but.
Yeah, so basically they need to replace the transmission. They ordered the parts, proceeded to replace the transmission. New replacement transmission had a damaged rear output shaft/adapter housing seal from a storage plug that was pushed in too far, causing the outside lip to fold over. Proceeded to replace transmission output shaft adapter seal. And then they installed the new transmission. Yeah,
and so, yeah, start a vehicle,
let vehicle. So there was already an issue with the new transmission that they put in.
Yeah, and then he said he road tested the vehicle, then verified fluid level again, checked out okay, looked under and over vehicle for any leaks, none found, no further issues at this time. What he found, this is interesting, there was no photos of this, so I can't show you guys. The technician proceeded to remove transmission pan when they were diagnosing this, found the clutch material, aluminum and brass debris inside the transmission pan, proceeded to remove the valve body, found to have 4C/2C drum snap ring end, is slightly protruding past the opening of the transmission. End of snap ring is slightly angled. That's not good. And wearing into the transmission case, which is kind of nuts. So it was actually, that's why they had to replace the whole thing, not just the clutch, right? Transmission case is not reusable. Drums have received subsequent damage from vibration and excessive play from incorrectly installed 4C/2C drum snap ring. Drums have vibrated so much that the valve body seals have polished the sealing area of the drums and have damaged the valve body seals and the ground brass material into them. Oh my gosh. So transmission valve, transmission case, valve body, all drums and bushes are not reusable from the subsequent damage that they have received. In this, it doesn't actually say that they replaced the torque converter, but it says transmission needs a complete replacement with a new cooler and new cooler lines, parts ordered.
I think the torque converter is inside the transmission.
You know, it could be. I don't know. She explained to us it was a separate part, right? That it goes engine, torque converter, transmission. We don't know. Maybe it was the same thing. I'm finding myself frustrated. I got to say that. And it takes a little bit to get me frustrated, you know?
Well, and so here's the other part. Like, they knew we had a little bit of a time constraint, and we have prior obligations to be in Canada.
Yeah.
On Thursday. It's Saturday.
Yes, which they exceeded our expectations on that front.
Now, I don't feel confident driving this all the way to Canada and back,
in worse shape than it was.
Month, in worse shape than it was, and like not coming back right away.
No, and we set that appointment before we heard this whine. And this whine is quite something. It's hard to get on camera because of like the other things that it's frustrating.
Yeah, so
it's kind of concerning.
we have to figure out, like, do they have a rental they can give us? Can
Yeah.
they pay for a rental for us to take? Like, it has to be a rental big enough to be able to put our trailer.
Yeah.
You know, at what point do we contact our insurance company even to see about covering a rental? Like, I don't feel like we should have to do that.
Because we have to get a pickup truck that we can do a 1500 that can pull this,
Yeah.
but we need to get a trailer to Canada.
Right.
And then we've got some really exciting content.
Yeah.
But it's just really difficult right now, all things considered. And by the way, I know it's, you know, one, I'm glad that we have our home separate.
Right.
That's really good. But it is kind of frustrating not to be able to, like, take more, you know, enough shower. We're taking, like, bird baths basically, which is fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes we like to rinse off, but we can't go get water and such because there was no loaner for us to, like, just run this down to Maverick in a mile. You know, and that, again,
and we've been sitting here for 10 days, and so we're kind of at the
11
limit.
now, yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of at the limit of, like, our water usage in
Yeah.
terms of, like, being able to have a bunch of extra
got
water.
like 10% left, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And this is the thing, right? That is not their concern. I totally appreciate that. And I'm glad they're separate. But this is an extension of our home, you know? I would argue. It's an extension.
And we store things like our drinking water in the bed of the truck. And so, like, yes, like, we keep some inside, but also we ran out of that. And then we didn't have any drinking water, which is not a big deal. Like, there's a Walmart down the street we can walk to, a gas station, whatever.
Yep.
But, like, it's just the minor inconvenience also. And I don't want to drive this thing, like, drive away and
We
come
break
back
down
in
in
a
the middle of
month
Canada.
and that, or we come back in a month and like, well, you did something, like basically, like,
You made it worse.
You made it worse. It's your fault.
Right.
Like, I don't want us to
Liability.
be at fault for this, because this was not us. This was, like, literally we drove away from the dealership and it was like this.
You know, and let's just say, right, it's possible that we got bad parts. It's possible the technician did everything he could right, and again, we don't know what we don't know, so I'm not going to place any blame where it doesn't, you know, it's not deserved. It's totally possible, but at what point, right, we can make all the jokes we want about, like, Ram sucks, but I love Ram trucks. I
like them better than a Ford for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry, Brian.
It's mostly a design thing, but we've just never heard good things about their engines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know someone personally who had a big issue with a Chevy.
Oh, every single Chevy we've ever, so not only your dad's Chevy,
Yeah.
terrible transmission, but we had two work trucks, the park service I worked at, and that were Chevys, and they had terrible transmissions, although the Colorado did not, but they're completely different platforms. So I don't trust their transmissions at all, except for the Allison. And we had talked recently about, like, hey, we could do an Allison upgrade. We're not doing that right now because that's extremely expensive, and why should we have to? We're
Right.
at 41,000, not even 41,000 miles in. What the hell, right? Am I crazy?
No. And so, like, I just, like, it just feels frustrating, and, like, we've been very cool, we've been very patient.
I feel like we've tried, yeah.
We've tried to, like, advocate for the issue. Like, we knew the problem existed. We finally got a service center to acknowledge it. We finally got them to replace the part, and now it's worse. Like,
Appreciate
that's
it,
really
yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah. And we're glad. See, here's the thing. All of that they found.
Yeah.
And everybody else goes, wow, we can't find anything. There's no codes. These technicians are in some ways smarter, in a way, right? Because they can still do the bolt on, bolt off. But in other ways, they're more dumb than ever before, because if there's no code, right? And some of it, they just can't justify the
And I think that's
parts
part of it. Like, they kind of are also working within certain restraints. Like, there could be something,
Totally.
but also, like, if we can't find a code for it, we can't bill for it, kind of thing.
But
Under warranty.
Arguably, it doesn't matter why or who's
Yeah.
responsible, but, like, it's a dumb system that if you
Yeah.
can't, even if you can feel, you know, there's no code.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We look at, like, okay, is it our job now to spend another $30,000 that we wouldn't have had to spend otherwise had they just built it correctly?
Right.
I would say no. I would say no. And is it Finley's job to financially fix Ram's problem? I don't think so. So I think there's a couple things that we are going to do. We talked about, like, we need to get a loaner. I think, and we need to leave this here. And that concerns me a lot.
Yeah.
But we can put some of the stuff in there. But our solar panels, right? That's how we get AC, and, you know, we got to get that, I think, no matter what. Got to leave this truck here. We have a customer service agent right now, customer service manager that's working with us with Ram, because this is all covered in our powertrain warranty, thankfully. They charge us nothing out of pocket for all of this after there was a bit of a fiasco here. I think we need to talk to her and say, what can we do here?
Yeah.
Like, are you guys going to pay for a rental, or can you help us get into a better transmission? Like, right? Like, the 68 RFE has a reputation, and we never had any problems with it.
Yeah.
There's something different about this. This is the second 68 RFE, and it's only getting worse. What can you guys help us with? Maybe there's an incentive program. Maybe we can work with you and right? Like we can work off some of that difference because I don't think we need to tack on another, what, 2.5 years onto our loan.
No.
Right? And then we don't have any money to put down. And so maybe there's something we can do there. Maybe there's some incentives they can throw at us to get that gap a lot smaller. And I'm okay. I don't think that they should have to just give us something for free. Not that we're not paying a lot for this truck, but we bought more to have more. We didn't buy more.
Or they really just need to make this truck right. Like,
yes.
If they can make this truck actually right, yes. I'm good. Like, just fix our freaking truck.
Yeah, or just give us a better value for it, and then we'll pay a difference, you know, for a better part. But
I'd
honestly,
rather not do that. But
if they took the new A-Speed or the ASIN, one of those two, and put it in there, and it didn't do this shit, yeah, I mean, I'd feel a lot better about that. But like, this transmission is just notorious for being, it's a 1500 class transmission, and even the service advisor said that too. He's a really cool dude. He goes, yeah, it's like a 1500 class transmission that they're putting in a heavy duty truck. It is not built for the Cummins torque. We shouldn't be at its limit, but somehow we are.
I want them to make our truck right. We love our truck. We want our truck to work well. We want it to run for a long time, and we want it to be right.
Yes, and we do love our truck though. Like all this, we love our truck. We love, I mean, the screen sucks, but like that's a small qualm, right, that we can swap out later on.
It's got all of the features that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's got plenty of power.
Apparently, I'm very particular on features in vehicles.
The sunroof and yeah, all that. and it's been good for us. It's got, you know, other than the transmission.
Yeah.
No issues. To me, the one that works on this truck, maintains it, I should say. Not work, you know, but a little bit of working. Yeah, a new one would be nice. But I also I want to get out of debt. And it's like, we bought this to stay out of debt. And anyways, these are the things, this is sort of a stream of consciousness. This is what we're thinking, what I'm thinking, and I'm more, guys, get us a better deal and let's get the fuck out of this thing. You're more, let's get this thing back on the road.
Yeah.
And either way, like, I prefer to not spend another penny if we don't have to.
No, I don't want them to put us in a truck that's going to cost us a penny more than what we're already paying.
Yeah, and by the way, we were like, okay, well, is there a 2025, you know, model you guys just got to get rid of, right? And we called another. They sell in high quantity, right? So they don't make a lot on them, and sometimes they lose a little money, but they get incentives from Ram. And we said, what can you guys do for us? And so I haven't heard back.
Yeah.
But you know, are we any closer, right? Because we can't be 30,000 apart, right? Like, we've got to have something.
Or just fix Indy.
Or just fix Indy, yeah. Apparently, it's going to stay independent for a very long time. For the next fucking 5 years. And the other thing is we've been looking at, you know, potentially like, what does a lemon law situation look like? That we're not there yet.
No.
But we started looking into that, and it sounds like 4 major repairs. You know, they have to try a 5th, and then there's a certain amount of time without your vehicle. And so I'm like, okay, well, we're only 11 days out of 30, right? And that's not it. But you know, it is one of those things that apparently all the times that we've taken it in that have been documented, those cases also factor, and you know, that doesn't matter. I don't want to go that way. That sounds like a horrible mess, and I would rather solve it amicably instead of saying, well, we're going to litigate, you know, or we're going to arbitrate. Like, we don't want to do all that crap. Nobody would.
Right.
But, you know, that's another option. I don't think we're there. I think they put in the right transmission, we're good to go, right?
Yeah.
But we're looking at those 3, right? Just repair it, get us a loaner. But the loaner part is, we don't have the money to pay for a rental.
No, that needs to come from them.
Yeah, and I don't want it to come from our insurance either.
No, it should come from them.
Yeah. So
because this should have been fixed.
That's option 1. Option 2 is like, can we get a really good deal, pay a little bit more? And then third is like, okay, well, if we can't fix it and we can't get into Ram, help us out. You know, let's do this. Yeah. So it feels good to unload with you guys. I really appreciate the sounding board here. I think that a lot of this is just compounded by the fact that we're kind of pushing up against the line of like, now that it's worse, we really got somewhere to be.
Well, and it's so few times that we actually have somewhere to be that, like, of course this would happen at this particular time.
Of course. So anyways, and there are worse things. And I will say, you know, transmission whining or not, we are going to go dump this tank, and so we can take
tomorrow,
hot showers. That helps.
Yeah.
Just get a good relaxing hot shower in. Yeah, that'll be good. But what would you guys do? Let me know. Yeah, I mean, if you say you should have bought a Ford, I'm blocking you. Yeah, I'm kidding. But yeah, let us know what you guys would do. And apparently, I thought the saga was over, but the saga continues.
Yeah.
So
Stay tuned.
today's Saturday. Monday, we're going to chat with them again because there's no advisor on Sundays. Yeah, stay tuned. A lot more to come.
Bye, guys.